la-di-da-di-da, reading my book and oh, hey, what's going on everybody? It's the Hamilton here. You seem to call me reading my book and drinking my cup of tea in my fancy little library here. Definitely not a prop building that I just built in order to record this intro. In today's episode, we're going to be exploring the Nether, finishing up the beehive from last episode, and transforming this boring plain old Nether portal into an awesome custom Nether island. Let's get started. First things first, I needed to... Hey, what are you still doing here? Show the video. First thing I needed to do was to find a good source for XP, because I wanted to do a little bit of enchanting before we entered the Nether. Luckily for us, as soon as we entered this giant hole at the bottom of our mountain here, there was a zombie spawner right at the entrance. Since we didn't have soul sand yet to build the elevator, I quickly set up a little makeshift XP farm, which honestly sucked. It was horrible. I would have rather mined coal to get XP. This thing took forever. But after we got that established, I went over to the village right by our base, where I started a little temporary villager breeder in order to get 2 books specifically, Infinity and Mending. Because I know the project that I'm taking on in this episode is going to require a lot of my tools, and I don't feel like having my tools break. But after getting the books we needed and doing a little bit of light enchanting, we were finally ready for the Nether. Now that we've got all that situated, we got our fancy new armor, we got our beautiful little bow here with infinite arrows, pew, and we have updated our tools and weaponry the best we can. It is time to go into the Nether. But before we do, I'm going to slap down this barrel here, and we are going to go ahead and just put every single item I own inside it. Not because I'm scared or anything, you know, I'm definitely not scared of the Nether, you know, I'm not doing this because I'm afraid I'm gonna die immediately as soon as I walk through the portal. Alright, this is it, guys. First time in the Nether. Oh, and there's a donkey here. Oh, every time. Every world I create, I somehow spawn in a basalt deltas. I hate this biome. Let's go back. Alright. Now let's go ahead and slab everything up here. At least like this, we won't have to worry about those goobers being right by our portal the second we walk in. Which way do I want to go? So while we're in the Nether, I have a few objectives that I want to get done before we leave here. Objective number 1, we gotta find a fortress, because I want some blaze powder. Objective number 2, I need to get some soul sand so we can make some bubble columns, to make farms, to get better. Because that zombie farm we got is horrible right now. It took forever to enchant this stuff. And objective number 3, we need some quartz. Of all things, we need quartz. We cannot leave here without quartz. Ooh, this video is going to be a lot of me just creeping around. Ah, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Quartz. Very good. Objective 1 of 3 complete. Oh my god, I hate this place. If you don't mind me, I'm going to spend the next little bit of time gathering up as much quartz as I can. Ooh, Lord, cousin, you've looked better. Are you sick? Ugh, don't touch me. I don't know if that's contagious. Ooh, soul sand. Objective number 2 complete. Is this a bastion? Hold up. I've never seen a bastion that looked like this. Looks like it's half a bastion. Enter a bastion. Holy, what? This is so weird. I have never seen a bastion spawn like this. Am I the only one that's never seen a bastion spawn like this? Like, look, it's in the middle of a wall. I just now realized that I didn't really even try to explore that bastion. There's probably something there, huh? Yeah, probably not. It's all in a wall. We'll look at it on the way back. Oh my goodness, hello. You know, seeing these ghast, I cannot wait for the new update to where we can get our own little happy ghast, bring him out into the overworld, build on his head. It's gonna be great. Comment down below, is anybody else excited for the new happy ghast? I'm getting bored in here now. Let's backtrack and go back to that warped forest I saw, and we can go in that direction. And on the way back, we did check out that bastion we had passed earlier. Hello. Cool. Let's get rid of some of this garbage. And that's pretty much all you got to offer me. I'm not gonna lie, this bastion kinda sucks. Holy guacamole. Okay, we can go towards that biome or this biome. And I choose this one because I'm not going there with the scary pigs. Ooh, Lord, the ghast little whimper that it does, probably the scariest thing you can hear bridging over lava. I tell you, sometimes you get really lucky with nether spawns, and it's like, bam, fortress, bam, bastion. And other times it's like, bam, basalt deltas, bam, nothing at all, bam, just desolate wasteland. And with my luck, of course, we got the second one. I love it. Let's drop off some of this stuff. All right, donkey, I'm going back in. Stay here, chicken. Stay here, chicken. No, don't. Oh, chicken. I gotta go in now. Chicken, what is the matter with you? Brother, no. All right, we went that way. We traveled across, came back this way, and there's a total of nothing there. I'm going up. Okay, and it's not much. I didn't want to set up an actual, like, full-on nether hub yet, but I wanted a safe place to come into. I'm not gonna keep spawning into this. But let's go get some obsidian and then come back and move this portal up there. Oh, I can't believe this. Of all the ways I thought I was gonna die this episode, I didn't think it would be in the overworld. How am I so bad at this game? Good lord, that's gotta be the most embarrassing part of this entire video. Yeah, sure. You know what, how about just for fun, we put a death counter up on the screen. And let's go see if we can find that fortress now. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, what? First piece of hidden debris, yeah. That's an oink if I ever seen one. Yeah, return to sender. Take that, you whiny little boy. Bridging over lava. After 2 gas just spawned, what's the worst that can happen? Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, we found it. How beautiful are you? And that is officially Objective 3 complete. Let's raid this bad boy. You better have some good loot, because if not, I'm a flip. Yeah, look at this. Oh, no, 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 no. I forgot a shield. Always forgetting the shield. But I do need those blaze rods. Ah, here we go. Garbage. I'm not taking that. I'll take that saddle. Now that's some loot. Better than the rest of the hot garbage this place has been giving me. That was really all this fortress had to offer us. After that, I pretty much ran around making sure I didn't miss anything. Collected some materials and killed a few blazes. And home sweet home we go. I don't want to ever come back here. Alright, and while that may have been only a few minutes for y'all, that was about 3 hours for me. But we did get everything we should need for the time being out of the nether. We got some soul sand, we got some quartz, we got some nether wart, even got 1 ancient debris. And all that is beautiful for what I have in mind. We're gonna need some more things, but that is enough to get us started with the few things that I do want to do today. Starting off with upgrading this zombie spawner, because this thing is awful the way it is right now. It's awful for repairing the tools, it's awful for getting enchantments, it's garbage, it's a load of poop. Alright guys, now that that's done with, we have a fully functional, working XP farm, and I love it. Like, this for sure gets them down to their last heart, because if we take away this half slab here, they start dying. Now, I know this giant thing looks disgusting right now. I do have a build in plan, but we probably won't get to that today because I want to make sure that I have enough time to build the major project of this episode. After that, I began digging a tunnel in the nether to the nearest desert because we were going to need a lot of glass for our upcoming build, and nether travel would definitely help speed that process up. Once we made it to the desert, I dug out the rest of the tunnel so that way we could ride our new horse through it. Yes, I got a new horse. And went back home to get our mule. Yes, I got a mule. To help carry the sand back and forth. Once we were done digging up all the sand, the only thing left to do was to sit and watch it smelt. Nah, I'm just kidding. Once we were home, I started hunting spiders for string, which led to my second death. Once I made it back, I made some dispensers, observers, started placing in beehives, and while working on the sorting system, I got tired of this guy moaning in my ear, so I decided to take him out and light up any nearby caves. When... oh, this freaking game, bruh. Why did I even go down there? That wasn't necessary. You're joking. You are having a laugh with me. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. This is ridiculous, dude. Come on. 14 years. For 14 years, I've played this game. Not my proudest moment. But nevertheless, I did get that bee farm up and running. Alright guys, and the bee farm interior is finally complete. This took forever. It was not nearly as simple as I thought it was going to be. I had to work around the honey bottles being shot out to the window here. I had to work around that, so I entrapped all the bees for the honey inside the glass here. Did that on both sides. The redstone that I initially had in my head to sort all this did not work even a little bit, so I had to redesign. It was a mess. It was a whole mess, but well worth it. It looks absolutely beautiful in here. The tree, I don't know. These freaking bees, bro, I swear. There's more bees here than there are actual spaces for them because I just keep overbreeding them because they keep getting stuck and are dying in stupid ways. I can't. You gotta be coachable. Regardless of all the minor hiccups that I might have had, like it came out great. I built a giant tree, decorated it with moss and grass, and put flowers all over this place. It looks gorgeous. All right, now let me show y'all what exactly goes on with the redstone down here. All right, now I am not a redstoner. I don't claim to be a redstoner. I'm a builder. That's what I do in Minecraft. It's what I've always done in Minecraft. I like to build. But in the same breath, I also like to learn how redstone works, or at least try to learn. So for things like this, I don't like to watch tutorials. So I like to build what I want to build, like I did here, and create my own redstone contraption that'll work for it. That's exactly what I did. So whenever the shears and or the bottles collects the honey or honeycomb, it is traveled down through here in the hoppers. It goes through this item sorter, which is sorting either honeycomb, honey blocks, or empty bottles. If it doesn't fit any of those, like this one doesn't here, it keeps going all the way to the automatic craft, which if you put a honey bottle in there, it collects. Once it has all four, this contraption here sends out a signal, it compares it, and shoots out into this hopper. It goes into this dropper, which is then shot into this water stream, carried over back to the original sets of hoppers that comes down, and taken back over the item sorter. Once the item sorter passes over the honey blocks, it's sucked into here, then sent into this dropper elevator that goes up into the chest that we saw earlier in the corner here. The empty bottles, however, they go through this long hopper chain into this dropper, which is then shot up into this water elevator, taken up through here, travels all the way over here, down into this hopper, which goes into this hopper, goes into this little circle of hoppers, which goes over all the hoppers that brings the empty bottles back to the droppers to then collect more honey. I hope that made some sense. If anyone watching is familiar with redstone, I apologize for the vomit that you just puked up all over your computer, because this is a very janky system. It's disgusting, I know. But I didn't have to look up a tutorial for none of this stuff. This is all, you know, prior knowledge, which I'm sure you guessed. Because if there is a tutorial out there on YouTube to create this monstrosity, shut that channel down. But anyway, this is the fully complete bee farm. I think it's beautiful. It came out great. Getting some honey blocks in, a whole bunch of honeycombs. I'm proud of it, you know. It's my own little brain baby, and I love it. Bee farm doesn't even give me a lot of bee blocks, and it took me forever to build. Caused me a whole bunch of headache and hassle. And now over here. So I have a little bit of a plan for this whole nether area. I took down our little tiny portal, made a bigger one for a reference, and I used some wool to basically plan out the shapes that I want to build here. And looking at some of them, I probably should have used a different color than pink. Regardless, get y'all minds out of the gutter. This is kind of what I'm trying to do here. Let's go into fly cam. So I plan on making this entire little area on the mountain nether based. I want to make it look like the nether is creeping out of a giant void portal and just corrupting this entire land. So that's what these tentacles are supposed to represent. They're not tentacles. They're going to be giant nether biome themed spikes that are coming out of the ground. And this is going to be like a rib cage. I'm going to use some of the bone blocks to make like a rib cage here. Maybe like a skeleton hand right here. Like that'll be cool. And For this, we're gonna dig all this out and make a giant portal effect using magenta and purple glass, which is what all that glass has been for, which is where our portal will sit on top of. And I'm gonna make kind of like a shrine doorway looking thing. I think it's gonna be cool. Like if I can create the picture that's in my head, bring it out here, it's gonna be cool. And outside of this little pool area of the glass, I'm gonna have like cracks coming down the mountain here around all these giant spikes. I really want the Nether to look like it's just corrupting this entire land. But that's enough talking about it. Why don't I just get to it and I can show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, now that we got this whole thing dug out, I went over and got our mule, Monty, filled him up with some magenta and purple stained glass, and we're gonna start layering this up. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, basically we're gonna outline this entire thing with magma cube. Then we're gonna take our magenta and our purple stained glass and we're gonna interchange them, skipping this block all the way up to the top, just like this. And whenever we get up to the top and you look down, it's gonna create this cool hazy kind of glowing effect. It's kind of hard to tell with just this one block, but trust me, when this whole thing is filled in and there's cracks going up and down the mountain, it's gonna look so cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of that. Okay, I have severely underestimated this project. This is like 8 stacks of glass per layer, which means 8 stacks of magenta, 8 stacks of purple. This is going to take a while. And take a while it did. Whew, but it looks good though. Let's get a little bit of free cam action up here. Let's take a look at the, whoa. Now this is a good void look. This thing looks so sweet. Okay, now do I want to work on the cracks first, or do I want to start building in these little tentacles? I don't have much glass left. Let me take a look. What did we name this mule again? Moxie? Maxi Pad? Did we name him at all? It's been like a second for you guys. I just finished my week on, so I'm trying to remember what I was doing a week ago. And you have nothing in you. Okay, perfect. Okay, we're doing the pillars then. Oh, I haven't thought about this in a week. What do I want to do? I'm just going to put some music on in the background to get the creative juices flowing, and I'll come back in once I've thrown something together. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, this is not what I had in mind. Oof. Okay. Oh, man, this is this is going to be rough. Okay, we can fix this. We can fix this. I don't know how we're going to fix this. Okay, it's starting to take some kind of better shape. Guys, look, I'm not really much of a talker, so we're just gonna do a little bit of movie magic here. Okay, finished that up. Well, no, I wouldn't call it finished. It's more or less, it's there. There's quite a lot more that we need to do here, so I can't spend hours on one giant thing. This is going to be like a little tiny warped tentacle, so let's kind of see how we want that to come about. I actually like the way this shape came out, so I'm just gonna kind of put the netherrack on top of it and see how we need to adjust. Okay, yeah, that's looking kind of cool. That's looking kind of nice. Oh yeah, that's looking really cool. I'm building up a nether island. It's not as easy as I thought it would be, but we're getting there. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Maybe even like a very small one right here. Look at this tiny little tree here. Very good. I mean, normal, a very normal sized tree. Nothing small about this tree. But alright, this one came out really good. It was a lot easier than this one. Can't forget the shroom light. Alright, very good. Let's use this pink wool to kind of plan out where these cracks are gonna go. We're gonna have it go down here for sure. Maybe even curve off this way. Wrap around here just a bit. Okay, so yeah, we got it going down here. Down there. Down there. Go ahead and drop it here as well. Let's kind of start digging this out and see what it looks like. And I am just gonna come back once I'm done. Okay, so I did a little bit more than just dig out the cracks. I also started terraforming the terrain because I'm going to terraform the terrain using soul soil, which looking at it now, I'm probably gonna have to go all the way down. Okay, whatever. I ran out of soul soil doing all this, so we're gonna have to go back to the nether and collect some more. And by the looks of it, it's going to be a lot more, like stacks more, like at least my entire inventory full of it. But that's okay, I knew this was gonna be a big project when I started. Oh my god, not you guys again. Anyway, so I'm gonna go heal up my shovel, and then we're gonna head off into the nether. And hopefully when I get back, it is heavily terraformed and looking nethery. Okay, I had to bring you guys in because I just did this little tentacle right here. This, like, you know, not, why do I keep calling it a tentacle? It's a crack. It's a crack. I just did this one crack, like going down from the main portion, and I didn't know if it was gonna work or not, and I think it works. That looks awesome. I am so excited to get this whole thing done because that looks so cool. Like, especially from over here, that's the exact look I had in my head. I can't wait. We still got to fill out the rest of these cracks, do that last little spiky thing in the back. We got a lot more to go. This project is taking me forever, but I'm so excited. I'm so motivated to get it done now because that looks awesome. So let's keep going. Oh man, this thing looks sick. This thing looks so cool. I am in love with this build. Let's go get a closer look. And all right, everybody, this is it. This is the final product. This thing looks so cool. It's massive. I knew this was going to be a big project whenever I started it, but I didn't think it was going to be this big. This was a lot. This took forever. One of the biggest projects I've taken on in this world for sure, but one of the biggest Minecraft projects I've taken on in a while. But it was so worth it. It came out so good. I love this portal design. I got a little lodestone on the top there, so that way we can, you know, set a little compass. And if we ever die or, you know, need a compass to point us back home, we have a pretty cool landmark now. This glass design here, where it kind of looks like, you know, nethery little swirls are coming out from the portal, just corrupting the land, like furthering the void and the abyss here. I'm definitely crediting B-Dubs as the Nether Hub design for this. When I saw what he did to the Nether Hub and Hermitcraft this season, I definitely knew I wanted to do something with glass, kind of like that. And looking at this portal, I felt like it needed something, you know, extra, a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more of a wow factor. Not that this isn't a wow factor on its own. I mean, look at this thing. Look at me in comparison to this thing. But I thought I would give my, like, you know, try my hand at, you know, working with some of the glass panes to just look like void, smoky, you know, windy something coming out of it. I think it looks cool. I think it came out pretty good, you know. It definitely adds to the ambiance. Over here we got the bone graveyard, where I kind of, you know, I didn't just use regular bone blocks. I want to you know, like add a little bit of detail. So I used diorite for a detailing block as well as polished diorite. I think it looks cool. It definitely looks, you know, it looks like bones to me, like, you know, old crusty rib cages. I did a little bit of maneuvering right here with some white stained glass to kind of manipulate the wall here on the bone. Another thing I learned from Beta below. Over here we have the nether waste pillar, where we have this tiny little nether fortress design, and that's really it. Like I tried to, you know, put in a little bit of ores here. The nether waste kind of has just a little bit of everything. Put in magma cube, quartz, gold. It came out pretty cool. Up here we have the Crimson Forest Island, which is pretty cool. I kind of kept the blue with the blue and the red with the red. Maybe I should have switched it up. I don't know. I think it looks cool. Down here we have the warped forest, and of course we have the basalt pillar with its own little lava-y magma canyon down there. Also went gather up a bunch of little nether sprouts and just nether foliage to kind of sprinkle around here. I tried to keep them in like their own little patches, keeping the warp stuff with the warp stuff, the crimson, you know, with the crimson, and just kind of sprinkling the nether sprouts all over the place, just for a little bit of added something. And as for this thing here, I think it came out so cool. like the cracks along the sides here. It's definitely how I envisioned it. The only thing is it was a pain. It was so tedious. And not only filling in the glass port, once it was all done, the dirt underneath the soul soil really ruined the effect. So I went around this entire thing, cracks and all, dug down to the stone layer and replaced it with soul soil and soul sand. But definitely well worth it because the effect it gives is awesome. Like it really looks like the Nether cracked open the ground and just infested everything around it. You know, this is definitely my favorite build in the world so far. This thing took forever. This whole area took forever. I am going to edit this video up, and for the remainder of my week off, I will just be in the mines gathering materials and diamond hunting. Creatively, this thing has exhausted me, and I'm going to need some deep slate for the next project that I'm going to be taking on, which will be just as massive as this one. So I am definitely going to use the remainder of my time relaxing. But that is it for this episode, guys. As always, if you enjoyed it, smash that like button and subscribe to join the Ham fam. Later, guys.